For the cable car. Good morning! Good morning, sweetheart! And we are here in Funchal. I really thought it's Fongkal, but it's Funchal. And we're Funchal? Funchal? Fun, not fun. Funchal. And we're going on a tour today and see Funchal. Funchal. There are taxis outside. They said it costs like 10 euro. But we're going on a tour. And our boss is waiting.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning.
Bon dia. We say bon dia in Portuguese.
Buen
Buenos
dia.
dias. Bon dia. Buenos dias es español.
Buen dia.
We say bon dia, bon
Bon
dia,
dia.
which is very similar to Spanish. But as you very well know, Portuguese and Spanish are very similar languages in a lot of things, but there are lots of things that are very, very different between the two languages.
We're here. Start. We got our ticket for the cable car with this queue.
Sete 24 vai levantar. Tirando fotografias. Parece que estamos a andar agora. Um clássico. Já vou ver se essa anda alguma coisa dessas. The view from here. Ah, nice. Super pretty. Right. You get the Hindi yun. Ah,
And
nice.
they didn't wake up. They needed a little cold temperature.
Oh.
They're supposed to bloom in November, and now they're blooming. It's February.
Something to bloom in your country.
And there's pink one. It's pretty.
There's a pink one too.
That's a pink one over there.
That's nice.
Beautiful, like a flower carpet.
Cobblestone. I don't know.
On the left there. And the rhododendron down there. There's a rhododendron down there. This is a beautiful park. This beautiful park belongs to, it's the municipal park of Monte. It's a public park up here in Monte. And it goes a little further down the valley and up the mountain towards the church. The church, which you can see, that's a strange ship there. Did you see the one just arriving at the harbour?
It's a cargo ship.
I don't know.
It's a cargo ship.
You think it's a cargo?
No.
At first, when I looked at it, it looked like a cargo ship, but I don't know. Well, the trees, you can see some beautiful trees on the left, making yellow flowers, and these are also interesting. The second one you saw is the false cheese tree, or the Pittosporum undulatum, which is a tree which is native to Europe. This one right here, do you see? It's very centered on the left, It has tiny little yellowish flowers. And then you saw mimosas, and you're going to see mimosas blooming again here on the right. This is the season for mimosas. It's the end of winter, beginning of spring. There's the ship I was telling you about. See? On your left, there's your beautiful ship at the harbour as well, together with the Aida. You know, Aidas transport mostly German passengers. Behind us, it didn't look so great. When we looked at the sky, it didn't look so beautiful, but ahead of us, look how beautiful it is. And the sun is shining and the sky is blue. And that's where we're heading. We're heading to, we have two viewpoints we're going to go now. The first one will be Pico dos Barcelos. Pico dos Barcelos is a viewpoint in the outskirts of town, a viewpoint, the first viewpoint that Fonchal's Town Council has built with a view overlooking the town. It was built in 1950 and it's at an altitude of 300 meters. That peak there is a ash cone, a cinder cone or volcanic cone that was formed during the last volcanic eruptions in Madeira. It's the ship we see is a German ship, Maria St. Miriam. Research operations. Does it ring a bell? No. Not to me, at least. That's the only information I get from, you know, this app which is called Marine Traffic. We have a beautiful view of our town from here, and we're going to see it even better from the viewpoint we're stopping next. Our town, our capital, our city is called Funchal. You know how to spell it. It's F-U-N-C-H-A-L, Funchal. And Funchal, we don't read the N, we just pronounce it Funchal. Funchal. And Funchal is was the first city that the Portuguese instituted by the Portuguese in their overseas territories. So Funchal is a city since the 21st of August of 1508, so the very early 16th century. Madeira was discovered by the Portuguese in the early 15th century, in 1419, and that's when they found Madeira. And they started settling the island. At first, historians say that these islands were known long before the Portuguese came here, of different countries. They were known of the, I don't know, the Greek, the people in the Mediterranean basin, northwest of Africa, the Italians, for instance. They knew already of the existence of these islands, but nobody had ever came here before the Portuguese. Historians say that their purpose at the time was to find wealth, to exchange the produce of some of their products that they were transporting with things very like gold or silver, etc. That they exchanged with the people they found in the different ports of call. But they came here probably eventually to see an island that had no people. There was nobody living here before. There were no fruit trees, no crops, no animals except for birds and a lot of insects like lizards and well, not lizards are not insects, but there were lizards and a lot. 3,000 according to biologists. There's about 3,000 different types of insects in Madeira. Although you don't see a lot of them, they are more in the forest. If you go in the wilderness, maybe you're going to see more insects and find more insects, but if you walk around you're not going to see a lot of mosquitoes or flies or whatsoever. And so there was for them nothing that interested them in these islands, and I'm talking about the two inhabited islands, which are Madeira and Porto Santo, which is northeast from here. So they were not interested in the islands. They never stopped here, they never came here until the Portuguese came. Why did the Portuguese came when they came to Madeira? Why did they find these islands and claimed these islands? Because these islands were strategic. They saw them as a very important, especially Madeira of course, a very important strategic port in the Atlantic Ocean. Why? Because they were starting the maritime expansion. They aimed to go to India by sea. There was the Silk Route, which took months to bring the spices from Asia to Europe, and we wanted a faster way to go there, and it was by sea. So we adventured along the African coast until we got to the Cape of Good Hope. We passed the Cape of Good Hope and went up the Indian Ocean until we got to India. And that was in 1498. So Madeira was found in 1419. In 1498 we got to India, and in 1500 we got to Brazil. We found Brazil. And so if you think, if you imagine a map of the Atlantic, of the world, and you see where Madeira is very close to Africa. We are 1,000 kilometers away from the Portuguese mainland and about 600 kilometers away from the African coast at the same latitude as Casablanca in Morocco. We're 400 kilometers away from the Canaries and 870 kilometers away from the Azores. Madeira is 33 degrees north, latitude north, and it's between the 15 and 17 degrees longitude west of the meridian of Greenwich. That's why we have the same hour of London. And Madeira is then, you see, more or less in the middle of the Atlantic, west of the African coast, so in a very important strategic position. And that was what was important for the Portuguese, because they came from the mainland. They took days to come here. Today is fast, and even so, if you take a ship to go from here to the mainland, we don't have ships doing transporting passengers between the islands and the mainland, and vice versa. We only have planes. For over 50 years we don't have passenger boats going between the two places. Part of the island, it's also the center, as I told you, of social, political, economical life of the archipelago, but it's also the warmest part of Madeira, the warmer part of the island, and the one where it's less mountainous, if we can say it that way. Look at the hills. If you look to your left, you can see the beautiful hills of the capital, and you can see that the houses are built on a triangular shape on the mountains, which means that when you come here at night you can see like Christmas trees ones next to the others, which is really, when the lights are on of course, which is really, really amazing.
And now we're here in the viewpoint. It's so pretty. Okay, we're going to the 360-degree viewpoint. We have to go walk uphill. It's over there. Entrada. Entrada Meraduro, Esmeradoro, Pico dos Barcelos. Look at that! Wow! Look at that! So pretty! And more view here. It would be under the tree. Oh my gosh. It would be a 360-degree view. Oh my gosh! Ang ganda! So pretty! It's a 360-degree view. It's a Let's do a video of the 360-degree view of Funchal. We know now how to say it. It's Funchal, Madeira, Portugal. Start here. Oh my gosh. So pretty. Então se cima pega, estás a ver aqui o tubo?
Tem os furinhos.
Está aqui, olha aqui. Deixa eu ver. Vou dar X a X horas. X a X horas e tu trabalhas. Faz sentido. Isn't it pretty? Oh my gosh, this is the best. You can see everything. So nice. I can't see. I don't know what to say. So pretty. This is a very pretty place.
We are heading now to the viewpoint in Câmara de Lobos. That viewpoint is called Pico da Torre. Pico da Torre is the viewpoint from where we'll see Câmara de Lobos. Câmara de Lobos nowadays is the most important place for growing grapes for Madeira wine, and it's also one of the most important places for growing banana plants. It's a fishing village as well, so there's farming and fishing in that village that are really important for the economy of the place. On the right and left of the road with banana plantations, and further up we have the vineyards. Banana plants were brought to Madeira. We brought them from China to Madeira in the 16th century, second half of the 16th century. At the same time, we planted them in our old colonies, ex-colonies of Angola and Mozambique. Look at the banana plantations, the terraces.
Wow.
See, we can't use any machinery in agriculture in Madeira because in the land, well, we have the terraces. How can you go with a machine from one terrace to another? It's impossible. So we don't use any kind of machinery. Till this day in Madeira, we used to use machinery. We didn't use machinery before, and we still don't use machinery nowadays, even though we can find in a lot of places agriculture was developed. The introduction of machinery helps the farmers quite a lot, but the farmers of Madeira cannot depend on the use of machinery because of the land, which is so rugged. So these plants were introduced in the island in the 16th century and were grown as ornamental plants until the late 19th, early 20th century. It was only by then that we decided to grow these plants for their fruits and not only for their ornamental purpose, because we like them. They were beautiful. That's why we grew them as any other flowers, as we grew any other flowers and plants in our gardens. But it was much later on that we were really interested in growing bananas with the purpose of exporting the fruit to the Portuguese mainland. There was a time we still sent some bananas to Spain and to France, but they were way too big market. Lobos, you see? We'll go through Câmara de Lobos afterwards, but we don't stop there. We only.
This is our last stop of the viewpoint. That's to the cross, or you have to go here. Go to here first. 15 minutes longer.
It reminds me of the Amalfi Course, yeah. When you're travelling around on the bus and you're looking down.
And the banana plantation.
And they did what? No, but they did do shit on
Sabi niya punta pa tayo doon. Let's check more view. Sabi tatawid daw tayo sa may kalsada. So tayo doon. Tawid tayo doon. Doon tayo baka may view. Look at that plant. Look at that plant. She's trying to hold it. Look, farm vine.
Oh, look at it.
Look at the smoke. Wow.
Ano?
Wow. Dito tayo. Wala na akong battery. That's the hospital they're building. And that's it for our view tour here in Funchal. Sweetheart, how was it? Look at the cove. Look at building. More construction going on. And a banana plantation. A lot of bananas. Say bye.
Bye.
See you later in the town center.